Good morning. Yesterday, well, probably this last week, I've been thinking more and more about purchasing land in the future. Yeah, I know I'm not even on the road yet in my van, but I think a lot of van people do think about this. I mean, you can boondock and pay for camping, but the idea of just having one or two spots that you could go to and know that it's yours seems to be pretty appealing to a lot of people. So yesterday, I was looking and, I thought, okay, if I sell the sticks and bricks, then what? I realized yesterday from looking at the marks on the wall in this house that I have been in it now 9.5 years. In November, it will be 10 years. I filmed that video the other day of the little bird nest that I found on the back porch. And as I panned at the very beginning of the backyard, I thought, God, I never thought I would own a house that had a swimming pool. Never in my life. And I didn't really want it. It is an extra expense. My God, the water bill, the water evaporates like 6 inches every other day here in Tucson in the summertime for 2 or 3 months, the hottest months. And I can't do all the maintenance work on it, so I have to pay somebody for that. So, yeah, but there's no way to explain how wonderful it is to just be able to say, I think I'll get in the pool, and you just put your swimsuit on, step out your back door, and get in the pool. For my back, it has been amazing to have that. That's why I like Tucson in the summertime. Everybody else says, oh, get out of Arizona in the summertime. I love the summertime here, thankfully because of air conditioning and because of my pool. But still, I realized I don't need this house. So, of some of the land that I've been looking at, choices. And when do I need to be in Tucson anymore? Not really. I've got one daughter out of the country now, and I've got the other one up near Phoenix. And then I thought, I do have so many connections, doctors and dentists and friends that I used to work with. And, so all that goes out the door when I leave here. So, if anywhere in the United States was open to me, well, I already have a friend in Maine. Maine would definitely be easy for me to do. So that means I got a cold place for the summer. I need a warm place for the winter, which still comes back to Arizona because I don't think I can't take humidity. So Florida pretty much eliminates that. Nevada, maybe. So I was rambling. Sorry. What kind of land? How much land? Where land? I was going to go look at a place the other day. 2 choices. If I went with just a smaller, like studio apartment condo kind of thing, I have to worry about parking the van when I'm there. A lot of them have carports that are for normal vehicles, not for giganto vans. So that would be an issue. I'd have to get homeowner association people to agree to it being parked there. And I found this one place. It's further east in Tucson, back where I used to live about 15 years ago. And it looked perfect. It's a townhouse that probably has like 2 townhouses to a building or 4 townhouses to a building. And it's 2 bedroom, 2 bath, which is bigger than I need, but not if I have family showing up or friends showing up. It's nice to have an extra room. It was inexpensive. Oh, excuse me. And when you looked at it on the overhead view on like Google Earth, it was literally my back patio, courtyard, whatever you call it, looked out onto the swimming pool, the area. So that means I'd still have, in essence, a pool right out my back door. So I started driving there, and it's further east, which means it's further away from the freeway. And I had in my mind been thinking, even if I stayed in Tucson, I'd want to be a little closer to the freeway and a little more north of Tucson. So as I was driving there, I started realizing it doesn't matter how nice this place is. It's still in a part of town I don't want to be. If my daughter from Phoenix came down, it's just that much further to drive. Or if I want to go see her, it's just that much further to drive. I drove over and I decided, heck, this is not where I want to live. Last week, there was someone that I could rent a guest house from. And I thought, well, that would be a good option. There are tons of guest house here in Tucson. I think it's because you're allowed to build a 12 by 12 shed in your backyard without getting any kind of permits or anything. So a lot of people that have sheds have made them into guest house. At least it must have been a thing to do maybe back in the 40s or 50s or something. And this was on a huge property, again, east, but I mean way east to the mountains over there where they have the other Saguaro National Park. There's two parts of Saguaro National Park, one on the far east and one on the far west. So I went there and looked. And again, I thought, I do not want to be way over here. I want to be closer to the freeway. So X that off. X off the townhouse with the pool right out the back door. I looked going between Tucson and Phoenix. Everyone knows it's Casa Grande. And there's also a little town right below it called Eloy. And there's also more east of those two little cities as Coolidge and Florence. And what's nice about over there is that there's a community college, Central Arizona Community College. So there's still the advantages of it being a college town, even though it's a teeny tiny college town. You know, that if I wanted to take classes, or you've at least got some influx of young people coming into the area, it's not just a retirement community like we have here in Arizona a lot. And I even thought that too. Do I, at 61, want to go get a little tiny, like, one-bedroom condo in a retirement community? Yeah, probably not. So I think I'm going to check out more up that way. Casa Grande and Eloy, I would be halfway between Tucson and Phoenix. And there is land up there for sale. If I got land, I wouldn't build a conventional house. I'd just have the land to park on. And if and when I sell this house, I don't expect to really get any money much at all for it. But I saw a piece of land up there in Eloy that was $18,000, but it was for almost 7 acres. And it did have electric and either water or phone or something fairly close to the lot too. I thought, that, it's gorgeous. It's kind of, if you know where Picacho Peak is, which is kind of like this really beautiful, like, jutting up little mountain that you pass when you're going from Phoenix to Tucson, where they have the ostrich farm. It's like on the back side of that, which sounds really interesting. So I think I may go check that out. Again, just getting ideas. But if I do go up there, I will show you, okay? Now that I've rambled forever, and I have to cut this down in half, at least, I'll talk to you later, okay? Bye. Okay, I just wanted to show on the map real quick the area that I was talking about. If you look on this map down low, there's Tucson, with the 10 and the 19. The 19 goes down to Nogales, Green Valley, Nogales, Mexico. Tucson going up the 10. You can see right there, it says Red Rock. That's the Picacho Peak area. There's Eloy. There's the town of Coolidge and Florence that I mentioned. There's Casa Grande, and then up the 10 further is Phoenix. And again, noting right here where Casa Grande is, you see the 8 goes off to San Diego area. Right in this area here, there's lots of goings on right now in that area about getting approval for a huge complex that's going to be built the size of Disney World. An amusement park, a casino, a whole planned community that they're working on right now, right at that junction of the 10 and the 8. So in my mind, because there's tons of undeveloped land in Arizona that doesn't have any utilities that, yes, you could buy for cheap, but wouldn't it be nice to have land that might increase in value? So I'm thinking there's Phoenix, there's Tucson, there's Casa Grande where this big development is going to be, there's Eloy that I was talking about, and then there's Picacho Peak, and then right over here, this is the land that I'm talking about. So I'm going to blow it up real quick. Okay. And you can see this is only land that I put in there for 2 acres or more. Okay, just to give you an idea. Now, way out here, if you want to go a little further away from the freeway, this land at $29,000, it's 30 acres. This one for $28,000, it's 30 acres. So you can see here, there's some that are for $7,000. Let's say $8,000, you get 3 1/3 acres. And let's just pick one of these randomly to show you what it looks like in the pictures. One picture. Oh, maybe they got more than one picture. Okay. Back it up. I want to show you the one I'm looking at. 18,000. 6.69 acres. With a street named Moonchild Avenue. Oh, let's look at the pictures. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? That's nice. You know, a lot of them, like that was one for 15. It's 3.3. So this one for 18 is like 2 lots combined. And I'll show you just up quick if I enlarge it to the point where you can see where the other lots are. You can see how they block them off. So this has got to be 2 of these squares combined one way or the other. And then you can see that there is one lot that already does have a house on it, and it's valued at 85 with a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, less than 1,000 square foot home on it. Right there. And that's only one of those squares. And then up here is another person who's already put a fairly nice looking house on it for 109. And that's only one of those squares. So the fact that this one for 18, there's another one for 126. Okay, let's go back down to Moonchild. So for 18, for the 7, it has to be 2 of these squares, either that way or even that way, but I doubt it. So I think that's a possibility for something similar to that. And you can see you can still get either, keep backing out. There's the 10. There's the land over here somewhere, right? So I'm sure there's a way to either drive through this way to get to the 10, or there's a way to just drive straight up through Arizona City and get to the 10. I think it's a good possibility.